So let me go back into this view without editorial access and look at the next section. We have a documentation menu item, and over in this section, you get the opportunity to put all of the information that is applicable to the entire developer experience in your ecosystem. Like, for example, how to get started, how to um, understand concepts that you're using, maybe some generic tutorials about everything that's going on. Whatever you need to tell here, you can put into this section. What you do see is that we have in-page navigation. For example, somebody can jump right down to scenario 3, how to download images. Any H2 in a page that is stored here will become an in-page navigation element, because typically those generic information pages can get quite long. So we built in this sidebar navigation that you see here, including in-page navigation, so that your users can quickly get to the place they need. You can also cross-link other items, like another cross-link to the API catalog, and we land over here, which would be the main menu item. So that's just a redundant link, right? And you can mix and match these things to build out exactly the developer experience that you need for your developers to be successful and with a minimum amount of effort and with a minimum amount of time. The actual experience in the backend is similar to what we saw before. So if I go to the Get Started page, you see these examples here again of view, edit, delete, or the revisions of this page. Let's click on edit. So we get our title field, the WYSIWYG editor for the body, and then a bunch of controls. Here again, we have an access control affordance. We have multiple ways how access is controlled in the developer portal. The login required is the simplest. That one comes out of the box when we deliver a portal, and you saw another, and I'll go back there in a second, for more fine-grained controls that is custom and needs some discussion with you how exactly you need that. And some of these models can be mixed and matched. The point is, we can probably make any access control that you require happen with any of our various built-in affordances that we have. Here, the login required on certain content types is a simple checkbox, which means the content is going to be visible only to somebody who is logged into the portal, as opposed to somebody who just comes in like I do over here as a regular user. So let's have a quick look in the front end, because we already have some such content. I'll go back into view mode, and you see I have here a link internal documentation available to me. And if I go over, because I'm logged in, and you see this page is just some lorem ipsum. And if I go in the back end, it has the login required checked, right? So that's the control. I get to see the link in the menu, and I get access to the page. For me, as an anonymous visitor to the site, in this window, I don't see this link between API catalog and common API elements. I don't even get it in here, nor do I actually get access if I were to grab this URL, because somebody told me, just go there, and I put it in here. I get an access denied. So it's full-featured access control in a nutshell on any sort of content you need. Let's look at a more complex example back in the API catalog. We had this API description page here where we saw some controls. You see here a more fine-grained access control that is going by basically categories. And these categories are fully configurable. Here I just chose a bunch of example terms like a customer, a partner A, a partner B, internal, which is redundant in our case, because I just showed you the redundant, the internal access control as well. But let's assume that this is a page I only want to show to my partner A because they have an elevated status, and I show them some stuff that I'm not showing to other people. I can check this checkbox and save the content. What happens in the back end is that we also have these controls on users. So let me jump into the user controls, and let's edit that particular user to show you this. You see this access control section, I also have those choices. So if that user is partner A and labeled as such, then that user would see that page that I just attempted to make a change to. I didn't click save, so it's not live. But you get the picture. So there's a very fine-grained control here of any particular page, any particular user, and you can group them any way you need. So those are two examples of access controls that I have in my demo site. The most coarse one, logged in versus logged out, and the most fine-grained that allows you infinite possibilities of configuring your content.